What's up, everybody, and welcome back to A Beer a Day with TK. It's a freezing cold winter's night here in Findlay, Ohio, and Anderson and I are hanging out in the beer shed, getting ready to check out a new beer. What's going on, my brother?
I'm questioning my life choices right now as to how I ended up sitting out in the shed when it's -3.
What do you mean? We can see our breath hanging out in the beer shed. This is what
It's
we do.
colder right now than it was when you failed at camping.
Let's not talk about the camping. This fool lit a fire and it all blew in my face and made me sick. It wasn't my fault. It was Anderson's fault. The wind.
I lit a fire because you were cold.
It was cold because it was freezing, dude. He picked it.
It was like 40 degrees out. It's -3 now.
The wind was 40 miles an hour in our faces, dude. It was a terrible day to go camping. Nobody was in the entire campground but us, which should have told you it was a terrible day to go camping.
The wind was at our back, and we had that tent behind us to block the wind. And
I had smoke inhalation. It was awful. Let's not talk about that anymore. On to the beer.
you're not going to blame your tent?
No. Never blame your tools. Listen, dudes go ice fishing in this stuff, dude. It could be worse. We're in the Winter Palace, the beer shed, and there's snow outside on the ground. It looks beautiful. Does it not?
It's better than being in Florida.
Fair enough, right? I won't curse, but forget about the heat. I'm going to let it go. So the beer we have today is called Damien, Child of Darkness. And this is an amazingly creepy can. This was shipped out to me by my man, Wayne Allen. Wayne is a good friend of the show, sends us beers from time to time, and I'm always thrilled to try the stuff that he has. He's in the Philadelphia area and has access to some really cool beers that I don't see out here. So this is from Surly Brewing Company, and these guys are out of, it says Brooklyn Center, Minnesota, but I think when I looked at Untappd, it said Minneapolis, right?
Which is also a cold region of the country.
Fair enough. Colder than here. We will never complain about the cold compared to those guys up there, man. It's proper cold up there. This artwork, and I'll throw the can up, is dope. This is super scary looking, man. I saw him. I think he posted this on one of the the socials, and I was like, I want this just for the can.
That is a cool can. That's
pretty
cool
creepy. Yeah, it's a cool Halloween beer. Now I've had this for a little bit. See, it says canned on 8/26/21. I've had this for a little bit because Anderson was on tour, and I wanted to save it till he came back.
Well, thank you. I appreciate that.
Yeah, super cool. Look, he's a dark, demonic kind of cat. I figured you would appreciate this, right?
Absolutely.
Can't drink this without.
Absolutely. Plus, I'm a big fan of Surly Brewing.
Yeah. So this here is, it says dry hopped black ale. Now, I'm a big fan of black ales or black lagers. You rarely see them. So whenever I have an opportunity to try one, I'm always happy to do so. Let's check this bad boy out. 6.5% ABV.
So you open it up before we can even read the side of the can.
Yeah, I can still read the side of the can, man. Come on.
Are you sure you can read?
Yes. This dude is always messing with me. I have bifocals now, bro. I can read. As long as they're not doing weird stuff with the colors, I can see. And now that we have proper lighting, it makes it a bit easier as well. Yeah.
Plus the writing on the can's the size of a jitterbug.
Well, it's black and white. Word to all brewers out there, I don't know who picks some of the color combinations and font sizes that y'all use on your cans. Some of them you can't read it because either the font is microscopic or the color combinations you use make it damn near impossible to read. So, shout out to Surly for using their brains. This says, from the blackest depths of the brew house, Damien, a dry-hopped black ale, spawns from the usually discarded remnants of darkness. Flavors of roasted malt and dark brown sugar are suffocated by hop aromas reminiscent of tangerine and pine. Now that is one hell of a description.
And we have a darkness we're going to be doing eventually.
Yeah. Anderson showed up with like 8 billion beers, and I've been stocking up while he's been gone. So we got a lot of beers to get through, and we will do the other one and try to, in the next day or two, we'll record it and try to see how they stack up next to each other. This thing looks magnificent in the glass.
So after that 10 minutes of rambling, the head is still there.
That's why I say it looks magnificent. Now, if I'm going to the Brew HQ SRM chart...
Oh, that's 40. That's off the chart.
I can't see through this, man. Like I said, we got this new soft light up here, and the one thing I've been digging is when I hold the beer up, you can usually see through them perfectly. This thing is...
That's oil. I mean, that's as dark as oil.
This is, as they'd say, darkness, right? You can't see a thing through this. The head, I got a thumb's width of nice kind of brown head. Maybe break it up in islands a tiny bit, but looks really good.
Again, it's a thumb's width after talking for 10 minutes.
Yeah, it's pretty amazing. Now, review-wise, this does pretty well. Untappd 3.81, Beer Advocate 3.97 with an 89 good rating overall. Give it a sniff. Now, I think it said we should be picking up tangerine and pine is what it says, hop aromas.
So I initially got a little bit of a celery scent, which is never a good thing.
Now,
what is that?
Now, it could be old. Like I said, this does say canned in, which is August of 2021.
Right.
So we're probably at about a year and a half-ish, or a year and 4 months, maybe. If my math is
I don't know how well black lagers
I think they'll be fine. I think the only things that are really a big problem with dates is when you start messing with IPAs and stuff.
IPAs are meant to age.
Ironically, right? But most of them have like 90-day shelf life, so they start getting funky, and you see the color change, and they get weird. Which, again, I don't know how that makes any sense, as they're supposed to make that trip around, right, the Horn of Africa all the way to India from England, but it is what it is. You picking up celery? I'm not. I'm not getting it.
I mean, it was just initially. I don't smell it now. I'm starting to get a little bit of like,
I think I get generic.
maybe almost coca nib kind of.
I'm not picking up tangerine or pine, really, to be honest.
No, I'm not.
Now,
either.
again, maybe it's mellowed over that time.
Right. I mean, like I said, I'm almost getting a little bit of coca.
I feel like I'm getting like a roasty, malty kind of smell. Like I don't know, like a roasty, chocolatey kind of thing, maybe.
Well, enough of this sniffing the beer.
Yeah, let's go. Gave it the Biden treatment. Let's move in. Now the body I guess it is a dry hop black ale. Every time I see it, my brain is telling me stout.
I keep wanting to say black lager. It's a black ale. I said a black lager a minute ago. It's a black ale.
I keep thinking stout, and when I drank it, I was just going to say it's thinner than I thought it was going to be, but I guess it isn't a stout, so maybe the body is what it's supposed to be. It is. I'd say it's medium bodied. It's not thin. It's not thick or full by any stretch. It's got a medium body to it, and I think it's appropriate given that it is an ale.
It's almost got a porter-like flavor to it.
Yeah, which would make sense, because I think on the can it said roasted malt and brown sugar. And I think you definitely pick up the roasted malt, which I like. And it doesn't taste coffee-like.
No.
And
there's no coffee in there.
If you watch the show, I hate coffee. I'm not a coffee fan. I do dig stouts, but when they tend to be like big coffee, it's a bit of a put-off to me. And some of the porters also go that way as well. So this is like a nice, pure, roasty malt flavor, which I think is quite nice. I enjoy it. What else do I pick up? I think you could see the brown sugar, because there is like a little bit of a residual sweetness there. But when you're dealing with brown sugar, it's not like that white sugar sweet, right? It's kind of like, I mean, what is it? It's a combination of sugar and molasses, I guess.
Yeah, it's almost like caramelly kind of.
Yeah, and you can pick up that like that molasses kind of darkness to it. One of my favorite things in the world is shoe fly pie. So, you know, I'm originally from Pennsylvania. I went to college up in the Amish country. And you get that shoe fly pie with that nice, like, molasses kind of taste to it. I think you pick up a bit of the molasses. And it's, again, that brown sugar kind of molasses thing, the roasty malt. I'm digging this.
Yeah, you definitely get the roasted malt. And like I said, it's almost got like a porter quality to it. Mm. And you do pick up some of that brown sugar. And I'm happily surprised, because like I said, I originally picked up a little bit of celery smell. So I was worried, especially with the date, that this might be old and off, and I think it's
gone now.
No,
did I pour yours first or mine? Did you notice?
I didn't pay attention, but I think it held up well. I mean, year and a half later, I think it's held up well.
Yeah. The other thing, I think, dry hopped. I wouldn't say that this is hoppy, but I do think you pick up on. I get it like on my lips. Yeah, like in my lips and my mouth. You get like that hoppy. I don't know what you want to call it. I don't say like.
And the back of the tongue a little bit.
Yeah, you pick up that late hoppy presence. It's not overpowering. It's not off-putting. If you're a hophead and that's your thing, like my man Ridge and all them other guys, this probably wouldn't be that kind of hops. You guys are looking for like a big hops presence. It's just kind of just there to counterbalance maybe the sweetness and the roasty maltiness. And I think it does a pretty good job at that.
It's also kind of dry.
Yeah, at the end, I think, I would say that you're right on that. It's pretty dry. I mean, I think a lot of the ones like this, like when you get like the black Czech lagers, the other ones, I think a lot of those have like a dry finish on them as well. So, I mean, I guess that's, I don't know, maybe comes with these kind of darker beers that aren't stouts or those other types of things. So, I don't know. For me, Damien, Child of Darkness, would get a big thumbs up. What do you think?
I'd also give it a big thumbs up.
Yeah.
I know I'm probably a little biased because I'm a big fan of Surly, and all their beers have been really good beers. But yeah, I definitely give it a big thumbs up.
Listen, this dude goes on the show with the metal bands. He was going to give it a thumbs up on that can art alone. I know what he's about, dude. Solid beer from Surly. And again, Surly is out of, it says Brooklyn Center, Minnesota. Big thumbs up for them. Hopefully you liked the video. If so, give us a big thumbs up. Hit that like button. If you want to see more videos like this, please hit subscribe. And as always, if you got any comments or questions, jump in down below. I know some other people have tried this beer out there, so check out some of the other beer reviewers. I don't remember off the top of my head who else did this. I think a couple other guys I know did. I'm probably late to the game because I was waiting for this dude to get back. But if you've had it, let me know what you think about it down below, man. Hey, till next time. Cheers.
Cheers.